Greetings! Welcome to the Lava and Garden Show this morning. This morning what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more stuff in the garden. I've been kind of laid up for a while. I'm going to back up on my feet and I got my regular shoes on here. And so over here I got some French marigolds that are getting overgrown because they've been on the table too long. I need to get them in the garden. We use those to repel nematodes in the soil. I also have a local pepper here called the Hawaiian cocktail pepper, a little cheese pepper I'm going to put in, and I'm going to put some Yacon in, that lost crop of the Incas. So first off, decisions. Over here I see I got a row of peppers with some onions between them. There's no marigolds in there. Peppers are susceptible to nematode. Right here I have a row of freshly planted papaya trees. I believe I'm going to stick marigolds in between them too because they also get into problems with nematode. Its repellent qualities are extremely specific. For instance, they attract slugs and snails. California brown snail loves eating marigolds. Here our local slug will eat it a little bit. But the one thing that it definitely is scientifically proven to work against, and that's the root knot nematode. Now, not all varieties of marigold are suitable for this. I've heard various reports one way or the other, but lately it appears that the small French marigolds, the ones I have down here, I believe are Tangerine Safari, are known to be repellent to the nematode. Here I'm using a Ken hoe. Ken hoe is a Japanese tool, stainless steel, it's drop forged, very high quality. Has a knife-like point on it with a knife blade here. The tool works like so. You can drive it into the ground like that, chop the soil up, cultivate it. It's good for doing weeds like this from the side blade, just like a regular hoe. And so it's both a weeding tool and a planting tool. I like them. They're lightweight. They don't rust. Great tool, Ken hoe. Okay, so I have most of my holes prepared here. And I want to use alternating marigolds in between these papayas. And then right in front of each one of the papayas, I'm going to plant a pepper plant. Now, the papayas are going to be in here for several years and will grow fairly tall. These pepper plants will probably persist for about a year or so, maybe a little beyond. The marigolds are good for the season, and hopefully they're going to drive away the nematodes. Right here you can see some papaya plants that I put in a few months back. Some of these are already starting to produce flowers on them, and by the end of the year they'll be fruiting and probably head high. And so the papayas that are down there with the peppers and the marigolds by later this summer should be about the size of these. So right over here I have a row of roselle, the fruiting hibiscus, and a bunch of sweet potatoes, both the orange and the purple ones put in earlier this year. Right here, after the last sweet potato, I've decided I'm going to stick the Yacon in. I have other Yacon in the nursery, so I'll probably continue that row down later on. Yacon is a sunflower relative from South America. It was one of the lost crops of the Incas. It's actually related to the Jerusalem artichoke of North America, but it's a subtropical plant rather than a temperate climate sunflower. And this one, it produces large storage organs off the sides of the roots that look like great big sweet potatoes filled with water and sugar. The sugar they have is a type that it does not easily digest in the body, so it makes us a good sweet treat for diabetics. In my case, I can't eat too much of it because if I do, it gives me horrendous gas. But nevertheless, it's a delicious vegetable. I use it like water chestnuts in a stir fry. I also will chop it like jicama into salads. For me, it's an analog for either water chestnut or jicama in the garden. Okay, now I've already worked a little bit of time-release fertilizer into the pots, and the soil here already has some chicken manure incorporated in it, so we got enough fertility in the site. Yep, it's already starting to grow those storage organs. I can see one forming right here. So definitely time to get this thing into the field. Now the area I'm using here is freshly killed hayfield. We killed the hayfield by covering it with the weed block. Firm this down well. And once the sod was dead, we just went right in and planted it on top of the sod. There you go. That's all there is to it. Well, before walking away from this site, I decided to stick in a couple more Yacon. You never know when I was going to get back here to do this again, so that's no time like the present. I'll be perfectly happy here with the rossel and the sweet potatoes and the squash and the lima beans and the corn. Our popcorn is doing well. It appears to be a fairly short stalk type. Peanuts are coming along pretty good, provided the kabocha pumpkin or the Godzilla squash doesn't overrun them. Pineapples fruiting right beyond them here. I'm very pleased with my latest crop of sweet corn. It looks like a winner. I must have gotten enough nitrogen under the stalks because they look really good. The dinosaur kale's getting a little bit weedy here, but considering it's summer, it's doing fairly well. Lots to harvest on top. And I recently cut the pigeon peas back and used them for stick mulch, but wow, they came back in a hurry. They're really thick and bushy now. Now that we've officially entered summer, I see that the rain-proof mango seeds are all starting to bust out over here. There's some with leaves on top. Warm weather brought them right out of the ground. And for the first time ever, my canistel, or egg fruit, is beginning to produce flower buds. This baby been here 10 years. Finally gonna fruit. It's been looking awful. It got neglected, lack of fertilizer, drought hit it. Then the pigs dug it out and the chickens dug up around the bottom of it. As far as the volcano's concerned, no real new news. Things are staying very, very steady over here. I have a few images, both day and night, of lays and of the fissures. You can take a look at this stuff. It's pretty cool. We're dumb lucky over where we're living in Mountain View. As you can see, looking out this way to the edge of the earth, it's very, very clear. The air's coming in smelling delicious. But the fog is moving to the west and to the north over there. And we just came down from the top of the volcano, and all that fog is all coming in on town of Glenwood, town of Volcano. It's just terrible up there. I've never seen the air quite so bad in that area as it is right now today. I stopped over here because of the fissures. It's like more than one fissure over there making smoke. But I noticed the guy's got a fairly nice orchard here. Got avocados and citrus. Lots of citrus. Dragon eye, lungan. And I want to hop the fence and eat them lychees. But I don't want to get caught. They might shoot me. Looks like 3 fissures smoking right there. Big one must be number 8. There's the ocean entry at Kapoho, close range. Then otherwise, the only thing I've been picking up on much is, well, I've been a lot of violators down there trying to get into the do not enter zone to take selfies on the lava flow. Well, I don't know about selfies, but I guess I do selfies all the time, right? But yeah, they got 50 of them they busted, and the fine's good. And it's talking jail time too, so I highly recommend you just don't get curious. You know, there's some good flyovers being taken by the helicopter guys and so on. If you want to see what's going on, stay out of there. There's also one dude went out to try to bring some sort of supplies to a buddy of his who should have been out. He should have come out, but he didn't come out of the evacuation zone. Well, this guy went in with some stuff. They haven't seen him since. That's 2 days now. Last they heard, he was lost on a barren lava flow, and his cell phone battery died. I'm telling you, on this island, when it comes to cell phones, aside from the batteries going out on you, there's whole big areas where that thing doesn't connect anyway. And so if you were hoping that was going to save you, you're in trouble. You better have a compass and a good sense of direction and some real good shoes if you're going to wander out there. Not supposed to be there anyway. They haven't found him, so he may be maybe one of the early fatalities in all this, for all we know. He could have fallen into a puka or something, and they won't find him if that happens. Otherwise, I went up to the national park the other day and drove the highway because I wanted to see the destruction to the road. I'm having people asking me, can you get through on Highway 11? And obviously you can. They never did have it fully closed. I understood that Highway Department was going to do emergency repairs to it. When I drove through, things were really sweet. They had the cracks all fixed up, and you could hardly even tell anything happened. I thought I was dealing with fake news when I saw these pictures of asphalt sticking vertical out of cracks that would take your axle off. Apparently that was the case, but they got in, got it patched up, so it appears taking the south route across the island through the national park is fine. Just don't stop your car. They won't let you do that right now. I'm really missing the national park. I really wish things would go back to normal so they'd open it up. It was a constant go-to for me. We'd run up the hill, you know, and go hang out in the rainforest or something. I'm missing it too. I'm sure the tourists are missing it. That was the most popular destination in all of Hawaii. Anyway, aloha, hang loose, have a lovely day. It's a beautiful day here in Hawaii.